I'm back. 5 days post surgery. I'm feeling good. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, friends? It is Dr. Burgundy back with another video. Welcome to my channel. And I'm just sitting outside right now getting some vitamin D because your girl has been on a sick and shut-in list for almost a week now. So the last couple of days, I have been making sure I got outside to just let some of this sun, some of the UV light rays just soak into my skin and melanate and mix in my melanin and, just make some vitamin D and keep me on a path to being nice and healthy. So, I'm just sitting here soaking up the sun, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and shoot a video. So, I wanted to, number one, thank everybody who has commented below on my last video when I first made the announcement, I guess, about me having had brain surgery. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been sending me messages because I'm probably like weird in this aspect. Before I had my surgery, I told like 5 people. I didn't tell very many people I was having surgery in the first place because I just don't like a lot of attention. I didn't want people to be worried about me. I didn't want a bunch of people hitting me up, asking me how I'm doing, or telling me, their perspective on my decision, or not really my decision, but what's my decision? But my decision to get surgery. I just didn't want to hear any negative stuff. I just didn't want all the chatter. So I did what I did. The people who I told them, and again, even when I got married that time, I got married once, and although I was excited to get married, I didn't like all the attention I was getting as a bride. It was just like too much. And it kind of like took away the fun for me because I just felt like I had to like make sure everybody was okay, talk to everybody, sort of entertain everybody. It was just a lot. So sometimes I just don't want the attention. But if I didn't tell you, it's because I just wanted to protect your peace, okay? And your girl is doing all good, okay? So I do want to say though that having this brain surgery on last Friday, today is Thursday. I feel so much more like myself. Today's the first day that I haven't had like any pain at all. I feel great. I can actually go back to work today if I wanted to. But I don't go back to work until Saturday. Oh, there's a black crow. I heard crows were good luck. Huh. Hey. Wait, are they good luck? There's like two of them. There's that one. All right. So I'm gonna take it as a good quote unquote omen. I'm gonna let them do that thing while I continue the video. Okay, so yeah, I was told before that crows are good luck, so that's my intention. Hey birds, thanks for the good luck, the good omen. But I was getting ready to say, honestly, this brain surgery has been such a blessing because your girl was getting so burnt out. I was getting so burnt out. I was getting so frustrated with my business. So it was really nice to just be able to take some time off, and just to freaking relax and to see some family who I had not seen or like spent like an extended amount of time with in a very long time. So it's really just been such a blessing. I have really, really enjoyed this time away from work, this time off, and I'm just grateful for it. So the surgery was actually a blessing in disguise because there are times, not only do we need healing physically, but we also sometimes need healing mentally and emotionally, just healing from burnout. And I was burnt out. So now I'm thinking when I go back to work, I have a new game plan. I'm going to approach business. I'm going to approach my career going forward. And I feel really, really good about that decision. So I say all that to say that not that if you're feeling burnt out, you should get some kind of surgery. I'm just saying, but find a way to take some time off. Maybe you just need a few days off to change your environment, just to switch things up and maybe just sort of reset and plan to make perhaps some changes that can sort of help you from feeling less burnt out or taking your life into a different path that is more conducive to where you are emotionally and physically. So that is my word of advice. If you're feeling burnt out, just take the time off because I'm somebody who never ever wanted to take time off and I'm just burning the candlestick at both ends and it's really getting me nowhere. So now having had this break, I do feel more recharged. I do feel I'm better about going back into work and just having a different perspective on all of it. Now since I've been off, I have of course been like searching on the internet. And I do want to talk about just two or three things, okay? I ain't trying to be a big sister, but let me be a big sister, okay? I see a lot of us, when I say us, it gives me humans in general. And I know that I can be a hater, but seeing how some of y'all hate on the internet, I'm like, yo, I'm really not that bad. I've seen so many videos and so many content creators make like crazy videos. Number one, I'm really upset that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez spent 58 million on their wedding and had like a whole 3-day wedding extravaganza in Venice. My first thing to you is, if you feel negative about it, is what would you do with $58 million? Okay, if you had $58 million to possibly blow on a wedding, would you? Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you would be somebody who's super altruistic and donate it to a homeless shelter or donate it to some charity, right? But I promise you, most of us would blow that money on quote unquote stupid stuff. Okay, so I'm not hating on it. If you work and you got the money, that man worked hard. It's not like he just got the money, by ill gains. He earned the money. My life is much better because of Amazon. So I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe you could live without Amazon, but I honestly would not want to live without Amazon. And I don't feel like Amazon is taking advantage of me, but I pay that $14.99 a month for free shipping and Prime. So if Jeff Bezos wants to spend a lot of money on his wedding, in my opinion, it's better than him spending $58 million on drugs and prostitutes. So, I mean, ball out if you can. Because if I had the $58 million, and I may not want to spend that much money on a wedding, but trust, the money will be spent. And you might not like how I spend it, but it'll be my money to spend. Okay, so let's just mind our own pockets. All right. Next thing. Oh my God. I've seen even more videos, people crashing out about Puff Daddy getting found not guilty on majority of the charges and found guilty on two charges. So basically, he got charged for trafficking, what well, found guilty rather on trafficking. I'll say this, and maybe you may not agree with me, which is completely fine. But the only victim that I saw in that case, and I didn't pay super close attention with a microscope because I have a life and I just really wasn't into hearing all his freaky dicky sex stuff. Again, as I mentioned in other video, what I heard was enough. I didn't really need to hear every little detail. But my thing is, if you're going to be in a relationship with a person and he's abusing you, and you, for whatever reason, you decide to say you were a victim the first time, okay? But if you continue to enjoy that lifestyle, and I mean, at one point it came out that he was at that moment still paying a $10,000 a month rent for somebody who was testifying against him, the Jane Doe who most people are speculating is 50 Cent's baby mama. Girlfriend, you're not a victim. Like in Cassie, you're not a victim either. You got a big paycheck. So P. Diddy may be a crummy guy. Okay. He could, I mean, his sex taste is definitely not something that I would be into. The fact that my man would want me to bang it out with other men and watch, to me, that'd be a turn off. But apparently there are people into it. So I'm not heavily invested in finding this man guilty and seeing him spend the rest of his life in jail. So when I'm seeing all these content creators, even including Megan Kelly, I was really surprised at Megan Kelly because she was really livid. I'm not going to be super mad about somebody not going to jail or not spending, a life sentence because of sex. Okay. Some of y'all are freaky. And yeah, he was smacking people up, I guess. And the girls felt like at one point when they wanted to leave him, he wasn't feeling it. But I've definitely dated guys who weren't too happy when I decided to end things. But you know what? You put your big girl pants on and you make that decision to fully close that door. And, if something happened after that, then that's one thing. But again, the only victim I saw was Kid Cudi because Cassie was playing games with him, knowing that Puffy was a little crazy and trying to, mess with both of them at the same time. Now, women should know better than to push, men into situations where they can be hurt by another man's anger, jealousy, and like, so he's the only victim. Having his car blown up. If Puffy was charged with that and he was found guilty of that, I'm like, yeah, you can't be blowing up people's cars or having people's cars blown up. That's just too much, okay? But all the other stuff, like having people fly out for sex and paying people to bang out your girlfriend, I mean, it is what it is. I guess it's legal. I don't know, but some of y'all may need to relax just a little bit. Bring the temperature down a little bit because I see like your blood vessels, the veins popping up in your forehead. You're gonna mess around and have a stroke or aneurysm, just like I've had an aneurysm. So you may want to calm down just a little bit. Don't let that blood pressure get too high because what's going to happen to Puffy is going to happen to Puffy. And you probably in your personal life deal with people who are way worse. So, he won't mess with kids. He wasn't, from my perspective, really victimizing people all that much. Maybe he killed Biggie and Tupac, but he wasn't on trial for that. So if it comes out he was responsible for the deaths of Biggie and Tupac, then perhaps I'll be singing a different song. But this is how I feel about this current situation. Okay, so we talked about Bezos, and let me know your comments how you feel about Bezos' wedding, because I would love to hear the puppy verdict. And there was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Well, I can't think of it right now, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I appreciate you watching. Please please like, subscribe, and share this video. And please say something in the comments. Let it be an emoji. Any comment that you make will help this video get pushed out. And I'm just talking to you, and hopefully, you can talk back. All right. So in any case, I will hopefully see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. All right. Later. Peace.